perfectly fine.
Now, let's talk about this next movie, The Bad Batch. Now, you saw this one. What did you think of this movie? This is like a post-apocalyptic cannibal.
The trailer
kind of,
looks interesting.
I saw the trailer in a theater, and it's just like, what is this? Like, it starts out with middle of the desert, this woman, this girl, like on her back on a skateboard, just
missing a leg
and an arm,
right?
And you cut to these bodybuilders just pumping iron. It's like, I have to see this, and it's a 2-hour movie, and the first half hour is almost dialogue free, and was really cool actually, because they have this sort of setup. I don't know if it's slightly into the future or just an alternate reality or something, but kind of like Escape from New York, where they have this big desert area where they just throw in criminals and illegal aliens, and it's like no laws in there. You're no longer a citizen,
like a penal colony kind of thing.
Yeah, like you're on your own to do whatever. And this girl, as soon as she gets in there, she gets taken by these bodybuilding cannibals who are living in like an airplane graveyard. Who, they take her arm and her leg to eat, and like keep her around to eat. But she sort of escapes, and it's kind of like a revenge tale at first.
Right.
But then she kind of gets a little bit of revenge, and then it just sort of meanders for an hour and a half, and nothing happened, unfortunately. Like, visually, it's really cool. Like, it looks great, and it's well made.
It's got people in it too. It's got Keanu Reeves is in it,
and Jim Carrey.
And Jim Carrey is in it,
and he's like unrecognizable because he plays this desert hermit that doesn't say a word in the entire movie, and it took like half the movie before I even realized, wait, is that Jim Carrey? Because he's like this toothless, bearded weirdo, and but it. Unfortunately,
well, the director, Anna Lily Amirpour, she did A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night. That was that Iranian vampire movie,
which I haven't seen, but I've heard great things.
It's
about
good,
it.
Actually, but it's a lot of mood and atmosphere, which it sounds like that's what she kind of concentrates on, rather than kind of a through line of a story.
And was that kind of a slow burn?
It was a very slow burn. Yeah. So it sounds like it was a similar thing here, even though this was much bigger and more epic in scope.
Yeah, like they did a lot with a low budget. I think it was like $6 million or something. But it just wasn't enough there, like enough story or character. It was just it just turned into pretty pictures, and unfortunately.
Yeah, she it had a $6 million budget. She writes and directs it, and it sounds like to me I remember when you did talk about A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, an interesting concept. Again, two very interesting concepts. Maybe she just needs a solid script.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe she's kind of doing that thing that, hey, we all, as new indie filmmakers, we got to do everything. We write and direct everything, and we edit everything, and then sometimes, I remember when I realized I'm not a professional editor. You know, when I realized that, and I was like, you need to hire, as you get bigger budgets and stuff like that. You need
experts in the departments.
In each one of the departments.
So did you edit Annabelle?
No.
Right. You had experts in the departments, right?
Yeah. I mean, that was the weird thing coming here because when you start out, you shoot everything.
Everything
you
do
everything. You're one-man band.
And, and then when you get here, it's like, well, just give me the camera. I know what to do, but you have, the DP and editor and all these things that you have to sort of learn how to work with. But yeah, you can certainly get better things when you work with people who know what they're doing.
And you can get you can get the best.
Yeah.
In every department. You know what I mean? Like you can get the top people. That's the thing that Hollywood has is the top people in every department. So I don't know. It sounds to me like this is a really talented filmmaker that just
hasn't really caught her stride yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be really interested in seeing what she does next. And but this was a little too slow and meandering for me. Yeah, but that first half hour, really cool.
Right.
Well, it's interesting. She has a lot of short films in her resume, so maybe that's just the figuring out how to get into the 3-act form versus the 1-act form.
It's a different thing, as you know. A short film is its own animal. No matter what people tell you, it's a different thing.
It's always, I mean, more of anything. I remember like when I went from a feature act to a headliner, And you're only adding an extra 15 minutes to your set, which doesn't seem like much. But I remember,
but the show rides on you.
The show completely rides on you, and it's a different thing than just adding time. So when you go from MC, you're doing 15 minutes to middle act, you're doing 30.
No one asks for a refund if they don't like the middle act.
Nope. No. And what it took, I remember I was on Joey Diaz's podcast, and we talked about this, and when he made a great point. He goes, I finally, I remember when I learned how to be a headliner. Not headline a show, but be a headliner, be the show, put it all on your back. And I think that takes time artistically to go to a longer form of anything.
Right.
If you're a short filmmaker, even if you're writing short scripts and directing short scripts, to then go to that 90-minute to 2-hour storytelling 3-act structure that isn't just cool pictures or visually, I think it's a challenge.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Cool.